Hi, it is me again. I promise this is super fast. I won't keep you from your delicious coffee and tea. And I swear there's no code in this one. I write code, I swear I write code, a lot of animation code, but you've seen a lot of code already. We're gonna look at some real things that are real. I'm commandeering these lightning talks to take you on an expedition. From the drawings in my talk yesterday, you may have realized I'm a cartoonist. I do all of my own drawings. Started way back when I was 15. When I was younger, I used to live very far from the ocean in the mountains. And I would go to the library and I would check out books about deep sea creatures and I would try to draw them badly. So, many years later, I had the opportunity to do a really cool project with Mozilla, which I'll tell you about later. The animals are far more cool, so we're going to talk about them in this talk. And it was such a short notice project, only 5 weeks, and I said, there's no way I can draw better than this in 5 weeks. I need help. And I hired this great woman, Corey Bing. She's a local artist where I live in Portland, Oregon. Portland is renowned for its excellent cartoonists and illustrators. Just to let you know, if the drawing came from Portland, it's exceptional. So this is Corey, and all of these drawings are hers. So let's get started. Here's a much better picture of that fish. This is the scaleless black dragonfish, and it's my favorite. Can you imagine? And it's also really cool because it lights up. This is bioluminescence. It can communicate with these lights, hunt, spot prey, let people know it's time to make babies. And this is how they communicate with one another. They cannot see each other, so they make up their own light. Now you know that the Earth's surface is covered with huge oceans, right? Most of the ocean is 200 meters below its surface. And that is, no light shines down there. So the fish have to make their own. And because the first part of the spectrum that is absorbed is the red spectrum, most of the fish can't see red, except for a couple. This black dragonfish has a red light, a red photophore, which it shines like a flashlight into the dark to spot other fish, without being spotted. This can also work to help serve as a defense mechanism. This is an alarm jelly. And notice how this jellyfish is beautiful and red and delightful, and none of the other fish can see that. And sometimes another fish will get an idea, and it'll come over and say, hello, alarm jelly, I want to eat you. The alarm jelly then turns on its blue flashing lights in a pattern. It's like boom, 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 boom. And clever scientist, she made an LED light that imitates this signal and put it onto a critter cam and sent it down miles below the ocean. And do you know what happened when she turned it on? Well, it turns out that that is a mechanism for inviting larger predators to come over and eat whoever is hassling you. It's like calling the police. Hello, yes, there's this tiny fish that's trying to eat me. I thought you were interested in having a meal. Yeah, you might want to come over, check that out. Okay, so here's another one. Everybody knows this guy, right? You've seen this one. It's an anglerfish, right? And actually, the anglerfish isn't a guy, it's a girl. This one has a guy attached right to it, over here. You see, it's so lonely and dark down there that when these little fish meet each other and, you know, they fall in love, they have to stay together forever. So the male attaches to the female and she feeds him. He becomes a part of her body. This monster is really a girl. And you think, wow, this is going to keep me up at night. It's got that little dangly bit that's attracting fish that it can eat, and it's going to come eat me. It's probably under my bed. Well, you'll be happy to know that it actually is small enough that it fits inside your teacup. Most of these fish are very, very small, including this one, which is a bristlemouth. Now, bristlesmouths are about this big. I don't know what that is in centimeters, but it's very small. And they are the most abundant vertebrate on this planet. They outweigh us. There are so many of them. They are in the Atlantic, they are in the Pacific, they're everywhere. But on the other end of the scale, who knows what this is? Someone's saying it's a giant squid, and you are wrong. This is bigger than a giant squid. This is a colossal squid, and we know that bigger is better. The colossal squid is more aggressive, it's got angrier tentacles, and it rips things to shreds. Also, they get to this size in about a year. And we also have very ancient creatures. This is the hagfish. This thing was around before dinosaurs were. And they make horrible, gross slime, and they live all the way down at the very lowest point on this earth in the Marianas Trench. Speaking of ancient, the nautilus is all that is left of the nautilids. This is where a very special substance called osmania pearl comes from. Now, they are caught and sold, their shells are beautiful, in the pet trade, but unfortunately, not the pet trade, the tourist trade. Unfortunately, this means they're becoming critically endangered, and what history and cataclysms that wiped out dinosaurs didn't manage to wipe out, human vanity may. And this is the orange roughy. It only looks orange at the surface, but in its deep sea home, it's pitch black because there's no red light down there. It just looks black. This fish is actually a common table dish fish, although it can live from 60 to 120 years old. They take forever to grow, so if this is on your plate, it's kind of like eating your grandmother. So I could keep going on about these fish forever, but if you want to learn more about these real things in the land beyond the LCD in front of you, check out the book The Silent Deep by Tony Coleslaw. It's an excellent read. I went through the whole thing in a month. And you can, if you'd like to meet all of these creatures in person and learn how Firefox's web animation tools work, you can check out devtoolschallenger.com and play with them all. Thank you.